Hey everyone, my name is Tori, and today's video is going to be what's in my travel makeup bag, I guess. This is all of the makeup that I will be taking with me on our trip to Seattle and California next week. Not only is this my travel makeup, but this is also what makeup I will be wearing for our engagement photos. So while we are in California, we're also getting our engagement photos taken, and that's kind of why I packed a little bit more than I normally would. I just want to have some options, and I want to be able to kind of mix and match and change my mind 7 times, you know? So, and who knows, by the time we leave, I may completely change my mind 5 more times. But for now, this is what I plan on taking with me, and a lot of this is what I will be wearing in my engagement photo shoot. So we'll see. If you're wondering what's on my neck, I had a little like dermatologist laser procedure thing. So it's just still kind of red and swollen. So that's what that is. I didn't want to put makeup on it, you know, like whatever. Okay, so for this trip we are only taking carry-on, so I'm taking a roll-on suitcase and I'm taking like a little shoulder bag. So I wanted all of my makeup to be in this smaller, well, small for me, makeup bag. My brushes I usually keep in a separate case. This little see-through bag I actually got, I think at Walgreens or something like that. I got this at the drugstore. It's just a clear, like kind of plasticky feeling bag that zips at the top. I like to travel with this a lot because you can see through it. I don't think that it's like TSA approved technically. I have a separate bag for my like TSA approved liquids carry-on travel bag. I got it on Amazon, and it's the same like material, but it's the correct size. So that's what I keep my liquids in, and then I keep all my makeup in here. Let's start with the face. So the first thing in here I have is my primer. I'm going to be bringing my Tarte Poreless Mattifying Primer. With this primer, I usually just use this in my T-zone. Since the weather is not quite as hot and quite as humid as where I live, this primer should be enough for me in combination with the skincare that I'm bringing. So I don't think I'm going to have any problems like with being over oily or anything like that. So this is the only primer that I'm bringing with me. For foundation, I am bringing my ITCosmetics CC Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream. This one is in the shade Fair, so this is the lightest shade that it comes in, which is even maybe a pinch too dark for my regular, just normal skin tone, but I still wear it anyway when in combination with like my lighter powders and things like that. It's actually the foundation that I'm wearing today. I love traveling with this one because it's plastic, and I don't have to worry about it breaking or anything like that, and it also has SPF 50 in it. On this trip, we're going to be outside pretty much the whole time, so this is definitely a foundation that I will want to have with me because of the SPF in it. I'm also going to be combining this foundation with my Drunk Elephant D-Bronzi Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. So this is actually, it's kind of a combination skincare and makeup product, sort of. I'm going to be combining this with my foundation to make my foundation a little bit darker. I do plan on self-tanning before I leave for the trip. I might self-tan while I'm there or get like a regular tan while I'm there. I want to be able to have something that's darker that I can mix with my current foundation to kind of shade match my various levels of self-tan while I'm there. I thought about bringing my darker foundation, but my darker foundation is in a glass bottle. It's my L'Oreal Fresh Wear foundation. That's the one I usually mix and match for self-tanning, but I think that this one is going to work just fine. I went ahead and pumped this out on my hand so you can see it. So you can see there, it's kind of got like a serum-y type liquidy feel to it. It has a little bit of a glow to it, but what I like about it is I can use just like 1 or 2 pumps or just not a lot at all, mix it in with my foundation. It gives my foundation some warmth and a little bit more depth. The instructions for this product is that you're supposed to mix it in with things, like mix it in with moisturizers or sunscreen or whatever. So I have tried using it on its own. It's a little bit harder to blend out if you don't use it with a moisturizer or a foundation. It just seems like it kind of sticks, like it just doesn't blend on very smoothly. I mean, I've made it work, but it's definitely better when you mix it in with other products. So the next thing I have in here is concealers, and this is kind of annoying. I'm bringing 3. And here's why. I am like so paranoid I'm not going to have the correct shade of concealer with me while I'm there to like match my face. Just because like self-tan is so weird. It starts out you're one color, and by the end of the trip you're another color, and every day in between you're a different color, you know? So it's just like, it's just hard to match everything. And for these photos, I just want everything to look just to look right, you know? So I'm bringing 3, and these are all different shades. So from lightest to darkest, I have the Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand, which is my normal color that I always use. I can actually go a little bit lighter in this Tarte Shape Tape. There's like 3 that work for my skin tone. Once like powder and foundation is on, you can't really tell. I like concealer to be the same color as my face, not necessarily like a shade lighter for like brightening and stuff. I'd rather just everything be the same color so I can use it on other parts of my face. And then I also am bringing the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear in the shade Cashmere. And I'm bringing the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C8. And the shade C8 is super, super peach toned and a lot darker. So I just mix these all together in various ways to give me my perfect shade match. More than likely, I'll probably end up just using the L'Oreal and the Makeup Revolution because this is my lightest concealer and these 2 are a little bit darker, but we'll see. So I'll just mix and match these. All of these work perfectly fine for me. It's hard to tell the difference between the 3 of these, honestly. So even today, I mixed the L'Oreal Cashmere and the Tarte Shape Tape together. I can't really tell the difference in the formula. So there's that. To set those concealers, I am bringing my travel size Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder, and I use this in the full size every day, and I love this powder. It's just so good. It's so good, and it works for me at like all stages of self-tan. I use this to set my under eyes, my smile lines, and like this wrinkle thing that I have in my forehead now. And then sometimes I'll just go ahead and set my entire T-zone with it. So this is really great for oil control, and I feel like it really helps make everything last throughout the day, and it really helps cut down on creasing with foundation and concealer. So I love this powder. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm bringing 2 powders. I'm bringing my ITCosmetics CC Airbrush Perfecting Powder. It's a finishing veil with SPF 50. And then I'm bringing my L'Oreal Infallible 16-Hour Wear in the shade 200 Natural Beige. The ITCosmetics powder is in the shade Fair, and then my darker powder is the L'Oreal Infallible. So I can kind of just mix and match these again. It's just, self-tan is so annoying, right? I mean, I'm just trying to match my skin tone. The L'Oreal powder is darker and the ITCosmetics powder is lighter, so I can mix and match these to get my perfect shade. Next up, I'm bringing my Fenty Matchstick in the shade Amber. So this is like a cool tone matte contouring color for my skin tone. So I'll put my foundation on, and then I will kind of carve out my cheekbones and then underneath my cheeks right here, and I will blend it in, and then that's it. So super easy and really fast. I really like the way that this like just kind of chisels that part of my face. It looks really nice in photographs. I've used this for like special events and things like that. It's not necessarily a step that I do every single day, but it is something that I like to do for, you know, like special occasions. So bringing that with me for my engagement photos. I'm also bringing a cream bronzer. This is Nudestix. It's a Nudies all over face color in the shade Bondi Bay. And this is actually something that I didn't think I would like. I really wanted to try cream products. Like I really want to try it. I want to try and make it work for me. So this is kind of like a warmer bronze color. It has the color on one side in the stick, and then it has this little brush on the other side. The brush isn't bad. I've used it a couple of times. It's fine. I normally would just use, I use the e.l.f. I think it's like just a foundation stippling brush, and it works perfectly fine. I plan on using this just like on our beach days. So we will be going to the beach when we're in California. What I'll probably do is use my Drunk Elephant Sunshine Drops all over my face. Like with my SPF, just mix it in so that way my face will match my body since I don't self-tan my face. And then maybe just, you know, because I'm extra, just bronze up a little bit with this nude stick to kind of make everything match. And who knows, I think that there'll probably be some days where I don't want to wear that much makeup, but I will need to make my face look like the rest of my body. So these 2 are going to be the products that I'll use, and then I'll probably take some of this concealer, just mix it in underneath my eyes, and just call it a day. So I'm excited to see how much I actually like this. I have used this a few times. It just seems like an unnecessary step for me. Like the whole cream bronzing thing, it's because I need to set it. Why am I going to do a cream bronzer and then set it with a powder bronzer? You know what I mean? Since I have combination skin, it's kind of, I'm just like in this weird place where like I get oily in my T-zone, but I am drier on the outside. It's very complicated. So I don't know how this fits into my makeup routine just yet, but I do think I see a purpose for it for like when I'm not wearing makeup and I just want a little bit of bronze. So we'll see how that goes. Speaking of bronzer, I am bringing 2 powder bronzers, and the reason for that is because one of them is better for when I'm not very tan and the other one is better for when I am very tan. So the first one is the Colourpop Private Party Bronzer, and this is actually newer to me. I just talked about this in my last video. So the shade is Private Party. When I look at it in the pan, it looks like it's going to be a little too warm for me, are a little too dark, but actually on the skin I'm wearing it today, blends out perfectly fine. So this works for me when I'm fair. It goes on a little more sheer than I thought it would, so you can really build it up. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, so it's a nice bronzer. It's just really nice. I really like this. It reminds me of a lot of my butter bronzer, which I've hit a lot of pan on, so I didn't want to take that one with me because I wanted something that had like more substantial product in it. And then I'm also bringing my Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light Bronzer. And this bronzer, just on my regular skin tone, is a little too warm. I can use it with a really light hand, but when I'm tanner, like my fake tan, it looks so good. I love the way this bronzer looks on my skin when I've got some color. This definitely has a luminosity to it, but it's not like glittery or too shimmery. It just looks very healthy and very glowy. The Colourpop one looks a little more matte. It does look darker though. It doesn't go on this dark. These are the two bronzers that I will be kind of mix and matching and going back and forth between while I'm there. For blush, I'm bringing two products. The first one is my travel size Tarte blush in the shade Party. And this was the VIB Rouge Sephora birthday gift, I believe last year, maybe 2 years ago. So this is just your basic like nudie pink matte blush. This is super neutral, my skin tone. I really love this blush. I've used it a lot, even though it kind of doesn't look like that. I feel like these take a really long time to go through because they're so tightly packed. But I really love this color, especially because it's matte. It's just easy to wear. It goes with pretty much any look I want to do. So I'm going to take this one, and then I'm also taking my Jouer Cheeky Summer Blush Duo. So I took this with me on my bachelorette party weekend. This blush duo is so pretty. So it comes with two blushes. This kind of corally one is called Hot Coral, and then the one on this side is called Terracotta Sand. So both of them, you can kind of see they've got a bit of a shimmer to it. They're kind of sheeny. I want to say shimmery. That's almost too much. But they both have a sheen. So they're kind of a glowy blush, but I wouldn't say they're as glowy and luminous as maybe like those Becca Luminous blushes or something like that. But they definitely have more of a glowy feel to them. I'm wearing this Hot Coral on my cheeks today. It just gives a really nice luminosity to the skin without being too much. I think that this Hot Coral one I can pull off on my like regular fair skin tone with a light hand, but when I have a self tan on, oh my gosh, I love this blush. It's just so pretty, and it looks so healthy, and just the colors are just like so good. I will use the Hot Coral on the apples of my cheeks and kind of blend it up, and then I will layer the terracotta one a little further back and kind of blend it into my bronzer. It's just so pretty and glowy and fresh, and I love it. This is so good. And this is the only Jouer product I've ever tried, and I'm very, very impressed. And for highlight, I'm only bringing two. I'm only bringing two. I was going to only bring one, but I decided to bring the other. The only one I was going to bring, I have a travel size of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Press in the shade Champagne Pop. I love this color. It's just so pretty, especially when I have a self-tan and I'm a little bit darker. I still wear this when I'm really fair, but I do have to be kind of careful because if I put too much on, it's a little too dark, just a pinch too dark for my skin tone sometimes. I wanted to bring one other highlight just because it's a little bit softer and not as like peachy champagne-y toned. This is by Hourglass. This is the travel size as well in the shade Luminous Light. And this highlighter, some people use this as a finishing powder. I'm definitely more on like, I use this as a highlighter simply because if I use this as a finishing powder, sometimes it can be a little bit too much since I do get oily in my T-zone. But on the cheekbones and just like, oh, it's so pretty. I'm wearing it today. I also mixed it with the Colourpop Here Kitty Kitty highlighter. They play very well together. But this one, I'll just take a big fluffy brush and I'll dust it over the tops of my cheeks and then kind of blend it into my temples. Gives such a pretty natural looking glow. I think it'll be good to have the option to go between these two. So if I want something that's gonna be a little darker and really stand out, then I'll use the Champagne Pop. But I think this Hourglass one is a really great just day to day. If I want something a little more subtle and more neutral, this is the one I'll go for. I just want options, you know? For lips, I'm bringing two lip balms. These are both by the brand Fresh. I'm bringing the Sugar Advanced Therapy for just like an everyday lip balm. And then I'm bringing my Sugar Rosé Tinted Lip Treatment SPF 15 to wear just during the day. These are my favorite lip balms to wear. They smell really nice. They're so soft and just, these are just great. I love these lip balms. For my eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be bringing the Makeup Geek in the Nude palette. This is actually my first experience with Makeup Geek shadows. I've never used them before. And so far, I'm like really impressed. I'm wearing it on my eyes today. It comes with a really like a big nice mirror, which is great for travel. And it just has all of your neutral colors. So for my skin tone, this is pretty much everything that I need for just like a neutral look. I love that I can get something very soft, but I can also get something like very smoky with this palette. The only thing that it's missing for me is a brow bone highlight. It has the shade in here Rapunzel, but it's a little too dark to like actually highlight me on my fair skin. So I'm also bringing a single eyeshadow. This is by MAC. This is in the shade Shroom. So this single eyeshadow, it's just a lighter brow bone highlight for me that works better with my skin tone. If I could like sub one of these shadows out, it would look like this. I do love the shade Rapunzel. It's a pretty shimmer color. It's just a little dark. I'm not really a huge fan of matte white or matte cream eyeshadows. I don't really like see the need for them a lot with the types of looks that I do. But yeah, so if I could sub it out, it would be with something like this. I love that I can get a complete look with this palette with the exception of the highlight, but I feel like this is going to be the perfect palette for my engagement photos, but also just for every day because it's just so easy to wear and it pretty much has everything I could need for a vacation trip, you know? For eyeliner, I'm just bringing one. This is the MAC Eye Kohl pencil in the shade Costa Riche. So this is like a brownie reddish but more brown eyeliner. I love this eyeliner. I've used it a ton, as you can tell, so I'll just be bringing this. It pairs really well with the Makeup Geek in the nude palette. I'm also going to be bringing the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Mr. Bang. This is another just kind of brownish eyeliner. I'm mostly bringing it just in case the MAC one needs to be sharpened because I'm not bringing a sharpener. And this is a twist up and that one isn't, so this is really just like a backup of the MAC brown liner. I love brown eyeliner. I feel like it's a little bit softer than black, but I go back and forth. For lips, I'm bringing a few different products, not too many though. I am bringing, it's not up here, but I'm bringing my Fenty Gloss Bomb. It's because it's in my purse downstairs, so I use it all the time. I'm bringing it in the shade, the original shade. I think it's Fenty Glow. That's the one that I will wear pretty much every day. It's like my everyday lip gloss. The liner that I'm going to bring is MAC Subculture. It's just a nudie peachy brown. I can wear this pretty much under like most lip colors that I want to do. If I want to wear the gloss with the lip liner, I'll wear it with this one. And then on top of that, I'm bringing a lipstick. This is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their matte lipstick in the shade Kiss. It's kind of a peachy pinky nude, just very basic. I wanted to have something that, we're taking pictures on the beach, so I wanted to be able to wear something that like my hair wasn't going to like fly and get caught in, you know? This Subculture lip liner pairs really nicely with the Kiss lipstick, and it also pairs with the Fenty lip gloss. So that works out. They kind of all work together to mix and match. And then the other lip color I'm bringing is by Colourpop, and these are both in the shade Aquarius. This is their lippy pencil and the lippy stick in the cream finish, so it's a little more glossy. So here is the shade. It's kind of a brownie nudie pink. I'm wearing it on my lips today. This is the shade that Kathleen Lights collabed with Colourpop to create. Just a really great basic nude, but it's kind of a, on my skin tone, it's a little more of a deeper nude. Has more of a brownish pink undertone instead of like the peachy pink vibe. So I wanted to be able to like go between both of those while I'm traveling. Everything else you've already seen. It's all my basic, just staple stuff. I'm bringing my e.l.f. brow pencil in the shade Taupe. I've got my Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum in Ultra Black for my eyeliner. I'm bringing my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and then I have my two favorite mascaras, the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise and the Maybelline Lash Sensational. So I always bring these with me. It's what I always use. Well, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.